Hi there YouTube. Today I'd like to talk about the fact that there is no longer any such thing as traditional television. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, in the olden days, traditional television would be what was considered available to the masses, usually via an aerial. So certainly in the United Kingdom, which is where I'm from, for those of you who wondered, we started off with one channel, the BBC. They started up a second channel, BBC Two. Wow. And then we had ITV, independent television, which wasn't the BBC. Then literally that was it until about 1981, 1982, I think. And we then had the imaginatively titled Channel 4. And then in the late 90s, early 2000s, we had Channel 5. That's right, up until that point, we had 5 channels in the United Kingdom, and they are what are considered to be traditional television. Now, since then, of course, the world has gone digital. You have YouTube, you have Netflix, you have cable, you have satellite, you have just general internet access to channels. So the BBC has got its own website. ITV has got its own website. There are website aggregators that grab television channels from all over the world. So now in the UK, I can watch CNN, I can watch Sky News, I can watch ABC, the Cartoon Network, Fox Kids, CBeebies, and I'm just thinking them off the top of my head. We've got in the U and hundreds, and of course we've got probably 50 or 60 film channels that are available to us through, as I say, through people like satellite or websites or whatever. Now, normally, up until now, the term traditional television has always been the television that you can get easily. Now, up until very recently, that did mean, in the UK, 5 channels, because otherwise you had to have a separate subscription to the likes of Sky Television, which was satellite, or British Telecom supplied cable, or Netflix, or whatever. But now you can get most of that sort of thing for free. Netflix isn't free, and there are other subscription services, it is true, but I'm not talking about those specifically at the moment. I'll come back to that. Now, we have in the UK something called Freeview, and basically everything is now available through the aerial. We've got like 60, 70 channels on Freeview available through the aerial. And I do not consider that those would be thought of as traditional television. People think of traditional TV as just the mainstays. So in America, I would suggest, and I'm not an expert in American television, I would suggest in America, traditional television would be considered things like CBS, NBC, ABC, that sort of thing. And everything else is not considered traditional television. It's considered, the young pretender. It's considered not quite as good. Now, I'm here to suggest that it's not about the method of delivery, the method of distribution, the method of delivery is what seems to be getting people a little bit confused. When it comes down to it, a television program is a television program. If I watch a television program that has had money spent on it and is presented to me via Netflix, what is the difference between that program and a program that is presented to me via CBS, or even a program that's been uploaded to YouTube and I'm watching it on YouTube? It's exactly the same. It's the same program with the same production values. The only difference seems to be the method of delivery. And these days, the method of delivery really doesn't matter. I watch television on my phone. We have the possibility to watch it on a computer. You can watch it on your television. There is no such thing as traditional television anymore. There are original channels or old-fashioned channels, it is true, but television now and media in general, it's being consumed. The method of consumption is totally irrelevant. It's all about the content, and where the content comes from and how you get the content doesn't matter. There is this hugely sniffy feel that Netflix is changing the way the world works. No, Netflix is just another channel, really, if you think about it. I mean, okay, you get to this channel via your computer or via a Netflix box, but I think it's just via your computer. And let's face it, the days of having a computer with a 14-inch monitor, I'm from the 1980s, with a 14-inch monitor so that it was a vastly inferior product to watch something on your computer versus your television, those days are long gone. Now these days, you can plug your television into your computer, or your computer monitor can act as a television, and you can have like a 50-inch high definition 4K picture provided via your broadband. Now, what's to say that a 4K image presented by your computer isn't the same as traditional television? I would suggest that it is. I would suggest that traditional television is dead. It's all about the media, it's all about the content. So for those people who are thinking of making television, for those people that do make television, and for those of us that just consume television, or confuse television, but I prefer to consume it. Confusing it doesn't really work. I've dressed up in front of my TV. It doesn't seem to care, even when I wear the Donald Duck outfit. But it's not about that. So people have this very sniffy view. If I produced a documentary fabulously with fantastic production values and put it on YouTube, it would not be considered a mainstream programme. Why not? If I sold exactly that programme to the BBC, if it was any good, people would look at it and go, wow, that's fantastic. And there's your point. The same product delivered differently is viewed differently. And that is going to change.